This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Welcome, friends. John Solberg here. I'm your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. And you know, I'm super happy to tell you every week that this show is brought to you by The Butcher Shop. Purveyors of highly sought after 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9 Plus briskets. And as always, they are handpicked just for you. The Butcher Shop has been retailing the finest meats for more than 15 years, and every week they're shipping out competition quality meats to many of the biggest teams in the competition scene across the nation. Simply put, teams who use the Butcher Shop win, and they win often. You may not be a competitor, but you know you deserve the finer cuts. The Butcher Shop is shipping some of the finest prime, dry-aged Australian Wagyu and Japanese Wagyu steaks to people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings and queens of the backyard. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock. And again, it is always handpicked just for you. Let's review all this. The best competition briskets, they got them. The best pork selection, they got that. Giving you better overall options to cook at home, that is exactly what they do. So give the Butcher Shop a call today. Do not delay. 850-458-8782. It's 850-458-8782. You mentioned the BBQ Central Show. You're getting 10% off your entire order each and every time you call. You can also check them out over on Facebook, facebook.com/The Butcher Shop. Shop is spelled S-H-O-P-P-E. Be sure to give that page a follow and a like. The Butcher Shop, home of the 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara briskets. Now we're going to take a jump back to 2016. Greg's going to catch up with one of my favorite all-time guests, Sterling Ball. Stick around to the end. I got something to say.
My first guest tonight in the second hour, having an incredible competition season. This past weekend took 6 overall at Sam's Club National Finals in Bentonville, Arkansas. Later this year, we'll be hosting the ever-popular King of the Smoker competition. Let's head to the hotline and welcome back trusted sponsor of the show and friend, pitmaster of Big Papa Smokers, Sterling Ball, joining me here on the show. Hey, Sterling.
Hi, Greg. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely fabulous, my friend, and always appreciate you making time for the show. And we got a couple different places here we can talk about this evening, not the least of which, of course, is your back from Bentonville, Arkansas. And really, Sterling, when you take a look at it, and you're a guy who really loves figures and the minutia and the data, could this have been one of the highest overall scoring competitions, at least 1 through 10, that you've seen in recent memory?
Well, it was awesome. But first off, Sam's Club really does a great thing for barbecue, and Michael McDermott does a great job. And they snaked the Royals all week, so the weather was perfect. And, to watch Darren get a 7-Eleven and, WCO and Elite had a great week, 1, 2, 3, and it was just awesome. And you know what? I've watched Darren win a couple of majors now. Darren Sherry, I run out of great things to say about them. And you know what a lot of people don't know is how helpful he is to everybody. And like when you need picking up, like, for example, this week, he told me that I was ugly and he was fat and he could diet. And those are those kind of supportive things that Darren does. No, they're welcoming, they're kind, they're sharing. It couldn't have been greater to watch that.
When I've had Darren on the show, he's actually going to be following you here in the 1035 segment. He always kind of
opening up. Wait, yeah. Greg, I'm opening up for like the Stones.
See, look at you. You're getting there, my friend. He always seems to be going about it with a cool, calm, like I've been here, and there doesn't seem to be any stage that's too big for Iowa Smoky D's at this point.
No, I think he's really somebody that you kind of, and you got to keep talking about Shirley because she's such a big part of that team. But I mean, look, he helped me a lot, seriously. I used to agonize over scoring. I used to agonize over sheets, and he said, look, it's top tens. Forget about that other stuff. Just try and be as consistent as you can. And that has been very, very helpful to us.
Sterling, your score, believe it or not, aside from 2 other competitions this weekend, if you would have went to them, you would have won. But it's good enough for 6th place, which I think just is a testament to the quality of what the hell is going on back there. I think it's just a testament to the quality of the cook, right?
I think there were some really good teams and some really, really pretty good judging. I think it was a great contest. And, who knows if, you're not going to get the same score in different regions. I was really happy. I mean, I lost 2 tiebreakers. I ended up 4th in chicken, but actually James was 1 notch away from 180 because there were 2 180s there. And then I tied for 1st in ribs and lost the card off. But other than that, it was really, I couldn't be happier. I mean, this is a great season for me. I mean, it's, I don't know how these guys do it 30 and 40 times a year because I'm at 19 and maybe it's because I'm old, but, and the other things I got going on, I'm kind of tired.
So, why do you, well, let me digress just for 1 second. Let me ask you, I think the percentage, if I was doing the math correct, Big Papa Smokers or West Coast offense took 70% of calls or something like that. I mean, it was a pretty phenomenal number.
Yeah, it was almost embarrassing, but there were some other great products, and I don't, it's always, but it was really a dream deal for us. I mean, it was outstanding. It was actually 77.3. We had 11% of the field, 22% of the field, 44% of the trophies, and a lot of the money. So that's always great.
All right, so you had broached it just a couple minutes ago before I had to circle back to the West Coast stuff, but talk to me about your season. You've won a tremendous amount. Your batting average has to be one of, if not the best in KCBS this year. And you've had good seasons in years past, no doubt about it. You've had some really big wins in some major competitions. What do you think has bumped you up this year? Has there been any tweak in process or flavor or new technique, or are you just experiencing the good stuff this year?
There's a lot of evolution. We practice lucky. I mean, you have to be lucky in this thing. I mean, it's getting a bad table and hopefully cooking around it. It's not getting the bad table. But we try to be really, really consistent in everything we do. I mean, every piece of meat we cook is weighed, and every process is to the second. And I think I've got like a superb partner in James Perez. And we've been cooking long enough that we can it's really fun in the trailer. But by the way, the new battle wagon.
Sterling, let me ask you, I don't know if we've really gone into any kind of depth about James the Flame Perez or what his genesis with the team is, and he has been cooking chicken very well for you guys. And where do you come up with this guy?
Well, James came to us as a truck driver for the Vans Warped Tour, which is a punk rock summer camp.
Yep.
And Brad and Jody and those guys quit the team, and I needed somebody to drive. And so my HR person said, you can have anybody but James. I said, perfect, I'll take James. Well, he was just supposed to drive and then go to a motel and then come back and drive the stuff away. And he's asking questions. I said, James, you don't have to be here. Next thing I know, he's taking notes. And I show up, and the things he's taking notes, he's actually done. I think James, I don't want to take anything away from anybody else, but we joke that James is the hardest working guy in barbecue. And he's just incredibly kind and fixes other people's equipment if it breaks, and always he has a stash of candy, and actually a secret, he has 2 stashes of candy. And he kind of gives that on it well. But James is conscientious, James is competitive, James is smart, and James and I work really well together. And I honestly, if James quit, I don't know that I'd keep cooking. That's why I bought the new battle wagon that has the El Presidente suite. James got his own bedroom and bath now.
You got to keep the cooks happy, right?
Well, we're both cooks. I mean, it's funny. I hired him as a truck driver, and now, you can never just cook good. I mean, what I hear all the time is just all James recipes and James this, and that bothers James. It doesn't bother me. James and I are. I mean, I think that people who have been around us will agree that. I mean, that's a big part of our success. I have to give James a lot of credit.
Sterling Ball joining me here on the show, creator, King of the Smoker, and the Guinea Pig Contests. Also, BigPapaSmokers.com, the website, talking about Sam's this past weekend and his 2016 competition season. The success this year, Sterling, has afforded you the opportunity to go down to Lynchburg here in a few short weeks and take part in the Jack Daniels. Have you cooked there before?
Find out if Sterling had been before. Head on over to the BBQCentralShow.com. Link in today's show notes is taking you to the complete episode. What do I got to say? Sterling Ball. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Find me someone who has done more for competition barbecue than Sterling Ball. Find me anyone, I challenge you, who has left barbecue a better place than when he got to it. There isn't anybody. There isn't. Hands down. Why is he not in the Hall of Fame? Why is Sterling Ball not in the Barbecue Hall of Fame? Has he excluded himself from it? Get your nominations in. Get Sterling in the Hall of Fame. Until next time on the Best Moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.